If you walked into the city of Crestfield on a Friday night, you would hear the thumping of music from clubs, see flashy cars parked by the roadside, and smell the roasted suya mixing with the perfume of young men showing off their wealth. But beyond the glow of the lights and the laughter of the crowd, there was a darker story brewing. A story of desire, greed, and the hunger for status. It was the story of the iPhone gangs. Everyone in Crestfield knew them. They were a group of 4 young ladies, pretty, bold, and feared in some circles. Their names were Sheila, Tonya, Bella, and Mimi. They were not called iPhone gangs because they sold phones. No, they were called that because they would do anything, absolutely anything, just to own the latest iPhone. For these girls, life was not about survival or education. It was about image. To them, an iPhone was not just a phone, it was a crown. It was proof that they were not ordinary. In their minds, without an iPhone, you were nobody. And so their lives revolved around the constant chase for the next model. It all began 2 years earlier, when Sheila, the self-appointed leader of the group, showed up at a party with an iPhone 12 Pro Max. At that time, the phone was new and very expensive. People gasped when they saw her taking pictures with it, flashing it proudly as if it were a diamond. Even the boys who used to ignore her suddenly wanted to sit close. That night, Sheila realized something. An iPhone could change your status faster than education or hard work ever could. The other girls noticed too. Tonya, Bella, and Mimi were her closest friends, and soon they all made a pact. They would never settle for less. They would always find a way to upgrade, no matter the cost. And so, the iPhone gangs were born. At first, it was small things. They would flirt with boys who had money, pretend to love them, and get gifts. But as new models came out, their hunger grew. iPhone 13, iPhone 14, iPhone 15, they had to have them. And when the iPhone 16 dropped, it became an obsession. Sheila, we must get it, Bella said one evening as they sat in a small apartment they shared. Everyone on Instagram has started flaunting it. Do you want people to call us outdated? Sheila smirked. Outdated? Never. We are the iPhone gangs. People expect us to be ahead. We can't let them laugh at us. We must upgrade.
But how? Mimi asked, worry in her eyes. She was the youngest, and though she loved the lifestyle, she sometimes doubted it. We don't have money, and the price is too high this time. Sheila leaned forward, her voice cold but determined. We will find a way. Even if we must use men, lie or cheat, we will not be left behind. And so their new mission began. The girls dressed in their finest clothes, short skirts, tight tops, wigs and makeup that made heads turn. They hunted in clubs, lounges and parties, searching for rich men. They had learned the art of seduction, how to smile just right, how to laugh at jokes that weren't funny, how to touch a man's arm lightly to make him feel special. They knew the game and they played it well. Soon they found a man named Mr. Desmond, a wealthy businessman in his 50s. He had money, cars, and a weakness for young, beautiful girls. Sheila targeted him first. One night at Club Galaxy, she walked up to him boldly. You look lonely, she said, her voice smooth as honey. Desmond smiled, flattered. And you look like trouble. Maybe, Sheila replied, leaning closer, but the kind of trouble you need. Within weeks, Desmond was showering her with money and gifts. But Sheila wasn't satisfied. She wanted the new iPhone 16 Pro Max, not just cash. Baby, she purred one evening as she sat on his lap. Do you know what would make me so happy? What? He asked, sipping his drink. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max, she whispered. If you buy it for me, I'll be yours forever. Desmond laughed. Forever? You girls don't even stay for a month. Sheila smiled, hiding her irritation. Then buy it and see how long I'll stay. Within days, she had it, the newest iPhone. She posted pictures online, flaunting it, and the internet buzzed. The other girls were jealous. Sheila, you can't be the only one, Tonya complained. We must get ours too. Then find your own man, Sheila replied coldly. And they did. Each girl targeted different men, politicians, businessmen, even married men. They used lies, fake tears, fake promises of love, and even threats. Nothing was too much if it would bring them the phone. But soon, things started to get dangerous. One night, Bella met a man named Kelvin. He was young, handsome, and drove a luxury car. She thought he had found her jackpot. But Kelvin was not what he seemed. Unknown to Bella, he was a scammer himself, a man who preyed on greedy girls. When Bella begged him for an iPhone, he smiled. Of course, baby, anything for you. He gave her a package wrapped neatly. Excited, Bella ran home and opened it in front of the others. But instead of a phone, it was filled with stones. She screamed in anger, but it was too late. Kelvin had blocked her number and vanished. The others laughed, mocking her. See yourself, Sheila sneered. Even scammers scam you. Be smarter next time. But Bella's shame was heavy. She vowed she would do anything, absolutely anything, to get her phone and regain her pride. Meanwhile, Mimi was sinking deeper into regret. She watched as her friends lied and cheated, as they risked diseases and broken hearts for a device. She remembered her mother's words before she left the village. Don't let city life destroy you. Remember your dignity. But each time she tried to speak, Sheila silenced her. Don't preach to us, Mimi. If you can't keep up, leave. Nobody forced you to be here. Mimi stayed, torn between loyalty to her friends and the voice of her conscience. The climax came one rainy night. The girls were at a hotel with some wealthy men. Sheila had already secured another phone from Desmond. Tonya was trying to sweet-talk a politician. Bella, desperate, was flirting with two men at once. Mimi sat quietly in a corner, watching. She saw the greed in her friends' eyes, the lust in the men's faces, and she felt sick. She stood up and whispered, I can't do this anymore. Sheila glared. Then go. You'll never be one of us again. Mimi left that night, walking alone in the rain. She decided she would go back to her mother, start fresh, and maybe even finish school. She wanted peace, not chaos. The others laughed at her. Foolish girl, Bella said. She would die poor. We will live rich with our iPhones. But fate had other plans. 2 weeks later, news broke out. Mr. Desmond had been arrested for fraud and his properties were seized. Sheila, who was still living off him, lost everything overnight. Tonya's politician lover was exposed in a scandal and he denied ever knowing her, leaving her humiliated. Bella, in her desperation, followed another strange man who promised her an iPhone, only to end up robbed and beaten. The iPhone gang scattered, broken and disgraced. Their glory ended as quickly as it had started. And Mimi? She was back in her village helping her mother on the farm, her face fresh, her hands clean. She had no iPhone, but she had peace, and when she smiled, it was genuine. The city of Crestfield never forgot the iPhone gangs. Their story became a warning, whispered among young girls. Don't lose yourself chasing things that cannot last. Remember the iPhone gangs who gave everything for a phone and lost it all. And so, the tale ended not with glamour, but with truth. Because sometimes the things we chase the hardest are the very things that destroy us. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.